Admiral's personal log. The engagement we have delayed is no longer avoidable. The Soviet fleet has arrived. They have crossed half the world to reach Arkhangelsk. Ships do not make that journey unless someone has decided the outcome must be forced. That decision has now been made. They outnumber us. They expected to. A longer line, more guns, more steel. The sort of force that believes weight can resolve uncertainty. But it can't. The Soviet fleet has already paid for this battle. Not in steel, not in shells, not in blood. But in time. They gave us time to operate elsewhere. To attack elsewhere. To take territory elsewhere. The fleet arrives diminished. Their sailors weary after an extremely long journey. We will complete the process of eliminating the Russian fleet, though it will be a costly engagement. They believe this will be the decisive engagement, that we will finally stand and allow ourselves to be measured. We will not. We will let them measure shadows as best we can. A torpedo strike that forces one ship out of line, force another to hesitate. It won't be enough to alarm them immediately, but just enough. And so the disruption spreads. One adjustment becomes two becomes confusion, confusion becomes isolation. And isolated ships are simpler to deal with. They crossed the world to fight us. They will not cross it again the same way. This ends right here. Hey there, welcome to episode 25. The moment that I've been dreading is finally here. I was invading northern Russia, because northern Russia was invading southern Finland. You can still make out the arrow there. I couldn't really match them men for men, so my plan was just to take the whole territory away, which would cease the invasion. No, said the Russian fleet. They took their sweet time getting here, but they're here. And there's a lot of them. This is going to be a very, very big fight. They are leading the play with the Admiral Senyavin. This is a battleship. Not terribly big. I mean, she's 27,000 tons. She's not small. But I've seen bigger battleships, especially more heavily armed ones, because these are only packing 6 14-inchers, and the rest of it is a couple of 7.3s. So basically a light cruiser and a half strapped to the side. Battlecruiser Novgorod. 16.5-inch guns. Bit more serious. Standard bulkheads, though? Standard bulkheads makes it a bit susceptible to taking flooding. Then, a couple of heavy cruisers armed with 8.4s. We have quite a lot of those. Light cruisers armed with 15 5.2s. And there are, again, quite a few, but there's also a different version. This is the General Kornilov. And these have 7 4-inch guns, and then 21.4s. There's a lot of those as well, and then it is destroyer and torpedo boats. Torpedo boats carrying 4 launchers each, so probably relatively old, especially looking at the price tag. Destroyers packing 4 torpedo tubes as well, with a bunch of 4.5-inch guns. Now, what do I have to throw back at it? The Gudrun. This is one of the Scandinavian Curse, and she has been upgraded about a year ago, because that was September 1912. It's now October 1913. So that is going to be providing the biggest guns that I have. 11-inchers. The rest of it is relatively small 9-inch guns, which will have great difficulty penetrating their battleships, but against heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and destroyers and torpedo boats are the right call. Then we got a couple of light cruisers here. These are some of the Sigurd Ring. Yeah, they're all Sigurd Ring. I have updated most of them to 1908 standard, so they'll do quite alright, because they were supposed to counter all the torpedoes and the DDs. Well, the torpedo boats, of course. So that means this is a good matchup. And then I have destroyers. Lots and lots and lots and lots of destroyers. So my plan is wipe out the small trash first, and then let my torpedo boats, or rather my destroyers, go to town against their big stuff. Here's the final matchup. We don't necessarily counter them in numbers, but the numbers aren't that bad. Because once you start taking out the destroyers and the torpedo boats, which typically go very easily, it suddenly becomes a very even fight. Although, they do have a bunch of heavies. Alright, my biggest opponent, arguably in this battle, is me. For the simple reason that I'm going to be asked to micromanage a lot of different ships at the same time. Which, if you've seen any of my content, is not necessarily what I do best. Also, it looks like the frame rate is going to be the next the next opponent, because the frame rate is struggling a bit to keep this battle flowing decently. Alright, we're going to slow down the DDs. You are... hold on. We're not screening anything, we're not following anything, we're just sailing dead ahead. Sail, dodge torpedoes, don't launch them. I could try combining a couple of DD groups. Hold. This DD group here is Div 7. And this is Div 9. Div 9 is going to join Div 7. That makes for 6 destroyers in one formation. I want you guys to maintain 14 knots. The enemies are out there somewhere. Yeah, just maintain standard formation, standard posture. If I combine these destroyers with these, that's going to take a long time to form up. The light cruisers, I want to have all of these in one division, because that will make things easier. Astrid, please join the battle groups. Yeah, I'm going to drag these things over to Div 2. That way they should form up fairly nicely. I want you guys to follow the battleships in. Don't torpedo anything. I know you guys are capable of it, but I want that to be a nice surprise for the enemy later. Okay, so we got destroyer division here, destroyer division there, another one there, and another one kind of folding between the other one. Okay, so you, just for ease of management, are going to join Div 3. There. This is the decisive clash with the Russians. This is, I think, their entire fleet. Pretty much every single ship of any significance is here right now. So we're going to have a blast. We're going to have a blast. The battleships. The Gustav Vasa. The Daneberg. The Gudrun. Gudrun is that weird contraption of mine. And then the Astrid behind it all. They are carrying Mark 3s. I think not for the 9-inchers yet. Armor should be more than sufficient. Let's see what the Soviets brought up. They have brought... okay, let's wonder how those barrels are sticking through that deck. This is... that's a lot of honor for a small turret like that. Putting a whole barbette there. Of course, I'm not really one to argue for normal designs, because that's not what this campaign is for. So I don't really feel like I'm in the right position to criticize the Russian fleet. Battlecruiser. They're already rotating their turrets. They got lots of range in this thing. That means they're probably going to have a high rate of fire. They got a rate of fire of 130-second reload. They're only Mark 1 guns. That means poor accuracy. In this case, with, I think, extended barrels, reasonable range. And pen is scary. That is scary. That can penetrate my ships fairly easily. Can their battleship do the same? No, it cannot. Their battleship doesn't have the right propellant, so I don't need to worry about their battleship's pen that much. Heavy cruisers, we've seen these things before. They are carrying standard bulkheads, making them somewhat vulnerable to torpedoes. They can attack with their own torpedoes, but only at really short range. And their 8.5-inch guns are going to be a problem for my destroyers. And that's why I want to take these things out with the battleships. These things are going to tank all the damage, and everybody else is going to do as much damage with torpedoes from a relatively safe distance, preferably. Let's see. I got probably a mix of upgraded and unupgraded DDs here. Yeah, see, this one has 7.3. This is a 19-inch launcher. There is a difference of 18,472 for the 19-inch, and the 20-inch is 21,000. So that is a nice little bit of extra damage. And every bit of damage in this battle is going to be useful. Okay, Sten Stur, I don't want you to attack just yet. For now, I'm going to tell you to follow the light cruiser division. All these DDs here are limited to 6 knots. And then we got the other division, which is currently limited to 14 knots. Alright, I'm going to start heading to port. And we're kind of going to wait. Wait until we're able to take out all the small shit that they're going to throw our way. Torpedo boats, destroyers, maybe the occasional light cruiser for a snack. I'm going to set my weapons to save ammo. I do have hundreds of rounds. But there's also a lot of baddies around. Here we go. As is courtesy of the AI, they activate all of their smoke screens at the exact same time, which is very convenient. Oh, we're already exchanging fire with the torpedo boats there. What are you guys doing? This is going to be a big mess. You guys are all... you're basically already in range. Oh no. Oh no. What's your range? 7 clicks. Go. Oh, we got some hits on a ship we can't even see yet. This is not my best torpedo work. Oh, hold on. Ceasefire. If you can just zip around and wreck their battleship, that would certainly help your odds of survival. Let's smoke you up. Over here we got a torpedo boat coming in. With a range of 2.5, they're not that big of a danger. So I don't really need to worry about them just yet. The battleship, the Senyavin, is now in range. I am smoked up. Not sure how long that's going to last. I mean, we got 4 minutes, but even then, it is not exactly a safeguard. It's just a little bit of extra chance that you're not going to immediately get your ass destroyed. But as you can see, Villy may not live to tell the tales of their heroic attacks in the face of the entire enemy fleet. But at the very least, she got her torpedoes away. Battleships here doing damage against the incoming torpedo boat. There's a destroyer, which seems to be doing rather low speeds. Works for me. Villy, if you can make it out, please do. Over here we have the Stanstour. Yeah, this one's probably not going to live. Oh, good damage on the Borgo. I don't really want to use the smoke screens just yet. But I may have to anyway. This torpedo boat is deciding not to pursue their current course of action. Put secondaries on that. Light cruiser fleet. Here. Come on. Can you just flood like a nice little boat? Oh, this is... I don't know. It may accidentally hit something. I kind of doubt it. Villy is still flooding. It's not great. Oh, we're gonna get a first kill? Yes. First blood. Okay. I'm not going to pronounce that for the simple reason that I think YouTube's not gonna like it. But that's an interesting name. It's also their second torpedo boat that's out of commission. Battleships. Refocus your efforts on this thing. Because this torpedo boat will not live. Did we actually... Oh, we got a hit on a ship here. The Sviatoslav. Which has taken basically no damage. She's got anti-torp 1? That's it? Huh. It's disappointing. So right now we've traded 2 torpedo boats for 1 destroyer. Which is not a bad trade, monetarily wise. Because their torpedo boats are 8 million. Mine are 13. But, of course, it is still not really acceptable. Because I didn't exactly trade up for that. At least not that much. This DD group seems to have come basically to a complete stop by now. I don't want it to do that. Okay, that's another torpedo boat out. That's that one. These guys, capabilities, 7-kilometer range. See, I don't like that. This is why I'm constantly trying to upgrade my 3-inchers and 4-inchers, but even then, they're not exactly at the right range. Light cruiser guns are better in that regard. So we're going to use the light cruisers to attack the destroyers, because the torpedo boats, not that big of a deal. The other ones, much, much more dangerous. Here's that battle cruiser. 171. 172. Very comparable. Okay, you're definitely not going to survive this. Gone. This is what I mean with taking out the trash. Let's take out this one. Light cruisers, I need you to make an effort. This thing is considering going after the Gudrun. And I really don't like it to do that. So, please remove it from my sight. Over here, we certainly have the attention of at least one heavy cruiser. Potentially more. The enemy battleship is getting closer, but we're not there yet. We're going to smoke up. Ah, good. I'm seeing high damage numbers here. And good damage here as well. But they did launch against the Vitblun. This one. Okay. Light cruiser force. I need you to start turning. Yeah, we're getting really good damage in on the DD, and the torpedo boat is certainly going to die within seconds. The problem is I cannot keep the destroyers off of me fast enough. And that's going to get a lot of these ships torpedoed. Now, over here, I'm planning to do an attack. Because we are fairly perpendicular to the enemy formation. And that means we got a reasonable chance to attack and then still get out. So I'm going to go after the battleship here. And Sten Stoer over here launches 8 torpedoes. 19-inch only. Can still be a bit of a bother for the enemy, I imagine. Launchers off. Target the destroyer. All of you. Target that. Angle away. Over here. This destroyer also launched. Yeah, see, this is when shit's gonna get annoying. I need this division to speed the fuck up. And this division as well. Dodge. This is gonna be a close call. Maybe too close for comfort. Yeah. Indeed. That one's launching. This one's launching. Keep angling away. Just keep angling away. Then, over here, I want you to also launch your torpedoes, but this time go against the battleship. Hold. 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 Thrud. Target the battlecruiser. You're very close. Now, if some of these things die, it's okay, because I can basically lose 15 of them. And as long as I sink one battleship, I'm still coming out ahead. So, it's not going to be fun to replace all of these DDs. But if that is what it takes, I will pay that price. Unfortunately, this battleship is once again escaping unharmed. Get your torpedoes out. Yep, we got one hit on the battleship. Launch it. Fenrir. Launch it. Target battleship. How are we doing? We're taking more torpedoes. We've taken 3. On. Battleships are fine. The light cruiser here has taken 1 hit. Oh, we got one of the destroyers taking a hit here. Okay, fine. You are detached. You are excused from this fight. Now, of course, we detach the whole division. We're gonna make it quite difficult for these guys over here. Unfortunately, this battlecruiser is getting out unscathed. That's just the first of my attacks. Over here, we may... There we go. Sink a DD. Let's go after the next DD, please. Yep, we got some torpedo hits on the destroyer, which is not my primary target. The battleship is fairly okay. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to get hit a whole lot more. Okay, how are we doing here? We got light cruisers taking all sorts of torpedo attacks. Mani, I want you to disengage from this fight. You can still get fixed up. Retreat. Rest of the light cruiser division. Vitblin, you're not leading this party. Start eliminating these DDs. Priority. You are still coming under torpedo attack. Over here we're seeing all of their light cruisers, which are low fuel, which explains why they're so slow. So we can pretty easily plow through all of them. We're going to turn the battleships into them. We gotten any more hits? No, we have not. Even the battle cruiser is perfectly unscathed. That's not what I want to see. You guys are Div 3. At this point, it's basically every man for himself. Fenrir surrenders. This guy has lost their rudder. Hervor and Torstein are relatively okay. Thrud might be able to go after another attack. And it looks like we're kiting this whole fleet with our few destroyers. It's like they really want those dead. Sif, you took a torp. Don't do that. Sif, disengage. Mani, you're Division 8. Where are you? Here. Division 8, retreat. Rest of the 3 light cruisers. You guys are fine. Keep this fight up. Over here, we're getting some damage in on the DDs, but there goes the Skula. We are out of smoke screens. We are out of engines on some of these ships. At this rate, I'm gonna have issues completing this invasion. Ooh. That was deadly. These heavy cruisers are barreling down on me, and I don't have the speed to get out of their way. That is a bit of a problem. Now, at least the light cruisers are doing a good job keeping all of these half-dead destroyers off of me. Arguably, slightly late, yes. Because they already got some of their torpedoes away. They've so far hit 4, whereas I have only hit 6. But these guys are doing their level best. I refuse to launch torpedoes because against the destroyer it's just a big waste of effort. Over here, the battleships are making a play. Here's the other DD division. Or rather, what's left of it. Okay, I want you to join that one. Join Div 3. Oh, good lord, that's a massive division. Okay, whatever. Join Div there. If these ships can get out, I would recommend that they get out. It's just that all of my ships are surrendering. I don't blame them, considering the torture that we're putting these ships through. Come on. Work faster, people. We need to get rid of these things. Are they expensive? 11.4. So they're basically as pricey as mine. Bang, 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 bang. There we go. More flooding. Yep. Third engine's out. This thing's completely dead in the water. Keep putting pressure on it. I think they're gonna be dead. Yep, they're out. Good. That's the next one out. Now comes the Steregushchi and then the Zhivoy. Actually, let's finish off the Zhivoy while we're here. No, not you. You guys were gonna leave. Excuse me? That was an 8.5-inch gun. Oh, from the heavy cruiser. Inconvenient. Smoke up. Light cruisers. Retreat. Other light cruiser group. Finish off Zhivoy. These things with their 4-inch guns are just annoying if you get too close with a DD. Outside of that, their torpedo range is 2.5. They can't really do much. This is going to be a nice big snack over here. for my battleships. Okay, so from that whole destroyer attack, we have 2 survivors. We got 4 ships which surrendered. Which just goes to show how much damage these things can actually take. Because it's not the ship that failed, it's the crew. Yep, flooding. 6%. Nope, they're holding on 6. Ivar supposedly has a little bit of flooding, but I don't see it. You got more flooding? Okay, good. Next, Stedagoschi. I do believe that at this point we've taken out all of their destroyers, but 1. And all their torpedo boats lie dead. You're retreating? That's good. Fortunately, you are not coming home. It's not often that I lose ships. But this ship here, unfortunately, doesn't seem to be coming home. Although, it's not sinking either. It's supposedly... No, actually, no, it's surrendered. Oh, but because they've surrendered, they're considered sunk. Yes. If only the devs had ever had an opportunity to change that behavior, because it would be so fun to consider those ships captured. That would be a heck of a lot more interesting. Okay, let's start targeting the light cruisers. Get rid of that thing. Go to 2 times speed. CLs are falling behind a little bit, but that's okay. Because with their speed, they should be able to catch up to the battleships. And with their 5.9s, they can pen a 2.5 inches of armor. Which would go through the fore and the aft belt on their light cruisers. These things, in return, can at about 5,000 meter range pen 0.8 inches of armor, which is... well, that should keep me in the fight. So I may want to use my light cruisers to start engaging theirs. First this thing, though. Because it's already reconsidering launching. Come on, sink it now. What's its orientation? Yes, it can very well launch. We just gotta flood it a bit more. Not a whole lot, just a couple of scratches here and there, and it ought to go down. I think that because they're heading away from me, their torpedo tubes aren't able to do much. They do seem to be a little low in the water. Hit. Hit. Out. Good. Well done. Well done. Light cruisers. At this point, it may be more interesting to go after some of these ships with the torpedo arrays. And those light cruisers of theirs are going to have all sorts of difficulty getting out of the way. Because they're so slow. Target the Bogatyr. Torpedoes are away. Can they pen my superstructure? No, not really. Ah, they can pen the torpedo launchers. And somebody sent a torpedo this way. Now, my light cruisers are substantially more expensive than theirs. So I really don't want to lose them. Oh, my shipyard production is gonna... Or at least my fleet production is gonna take a hit. Because I'm gonna have to repair a lot of ships. And may be aware of the problem here. Standard bulkheads. Weak spot. Destroyed main gun. That's the battleships now coming into play. Now, am I forgetting about DDs anywhere? Yes, of course I am. You guys, come over here. Follow the battleship division. There was a torpedo threat. There no longer is. Any chance you're in range? Kind of, but by the time that they get there, probably not. You got hit by 2 torpedoes, which explains your sorry state of affairs. Battleships, we're going to cut through this whole division. Put your primaries on that, because you may hit something along the way. Put it to standard normal formation. Astrid's done 20k, Gudrun has done 15, Daneberg has done 14, and Gustav has gone 7.9. I suppose our secondaries will be able to start penetrating the stern on this ship, which means we may yet find this thing flooding a bit more. The problem is going to be all the survivors here. They have taken a little bit of damage here and there, but it's not critical, right? It's not enough. We need more. We need more, and especially we need these things gone. Bogatyr. There's the Spiridov. How fast is Spiridov even traveling? 13 knots. Okay. There we go. Torpedo detonation. For some reason, they're not really being aggressive enough with their guns. Probably because the enemy's smoked up. Hoping to get some stray hits in here. We are already returning, or taking return fire from, I think, the battlecruiser. Slow down this touch. Go to 14 knots. Yep, got some damage in on the Dnepr. It's really nice that these things are all lined up, because one stray shot is going to pen, well, basically anything in that area. Bogatyr down to, what, 2%? 1%? 0.9? Really? We're playing that game? 0.5. Sunk. Good. Oh, we still have surviving destroyers. How about that? I wasn't expecting that. Okay, we're going to come over to starboard. We're going to cut through this division first, and we're going to head towards the north, where our destroyers are then going to have time to catch up. Our light cruisers are mostly in shambles, so I'm going to just preemptively retreat the whole division, because I have a lot of faith in the abilities of these battleships. I know what they can do, and it's a lot. Yeah, good damage here. That's the Pozatnik. Now we're going to target this one here, because we're getting fairly close to it. Ooh, actually this right here. Because one shell is going to fly through these ships, basically. There we go. Flooding. Battleships. Pay attention. Target the Kerch. It's free damage. Oh, there's 3 DDs. Huh. This thing is getting barraged. Yeah, there's nothing left of these cruisers very, very, very soon. It's the Boyarin. They do seem to make a comeback of some sort. Good damage. Target this one, the Muraviv Amursky. We still got that Oleg to deal with. Come on, free damage on the Dnepr. There it is. And the Admiral Istamin is also getting in the way. Hey, on your head be it. I don't mind it. Boom. Come on. Yep, floodings. Crew losses are 25, 4.5%, 1, 17%. Crew loss is not going to be their biggest issue. I think loss of buoyancy is going to be their biggest issue. At least I very much hope so. Flooding. Flooding. Destroyed main tower. Their battleship's done 43,000 points of damage, probably to my destroyers. That's my estimate. Because it's very easy to ramp up really high numbers. We're getting flash fires. Hold on, this is just a... This is thumbnail worthy. This is the encounter with the Russian fleet. Flash fires, floodings, and fuck-ups. Boom. More flooding. More flash fires too. Unfortunately, I cannot use that last alliteration as a title because YouTube wouldn't exactly appreciate that. Or at least, actually, YouTube doesn't give a fuck. It's just that advertisers do. Okay, our destroyer div is coming in. They still got time. We still have to take out the trash, and then we're gonna have free play at their battleships and battlecruisers. Okay, let's target this thing here, the secondaries. Put the primaries on Kerch. We're firing high explosive from the secondaries. I don't think so. I'm gonna mandate AP shells. Because I think we can just get a few pens in on it. And that ought to sink it. Yep, good hit on the Boyarin. Boyarin's holding at 3%. And probably not. She's gone. That means there's still 3 destroyers coming in. These things are relatively dangerous. So long as they're coming my way, ironically, they're not that bad. Can you stop punching holes in my ship? Oh, there was a 16.5-inch shell from the damn battlecruiser. Me versus the guy I told you not to worry about. Yeah, you're gonna have to just tank it. Unfortunately, that's one of my Scandinavian curse. You lost a turret, sir? No, it's fine. Looks worse than it is. Okay. So, this one is going out. Hold on a second, destroyer group. Hold on. Not yet. Not yet. It's too soon to attack, because there's still a bunch of light cruisers in the way, and they will kill you if you give them the opportunity. Put the secondaries to work against the DDs now. Put the primaries in the Oleg. I need to get rid of these destroyers before they get an opportunity to launch their torpedoes at me. Then we can cut around here, start taking out their heavy cruisers. We'll just have to tank the damage from the battle cruiser for a minute. Not a great solution, but it's the only one I have at the moment. Destroyer group, smoke yourself up. We still got 2 hours and 18 minutes, and I can use that time. Hold. Mimir, I want you to launch your torpedoes. Target the Spiritov. Just you, though. Nobody else. Just you. These destroyers, are they armored? Yes, a little bit. So secondaries ought to work against them. Okay, the Oleg's out. Battleships, new target. The Admiral Istamin. Secondaries on the Dobrovolets. Torpedoes away. Grim. Or however you're supposed to pronounce that. We're gonna torpedo the next guy. Oh Christ, did the whole line just activate? It did. That's not good. Well, at the very least, that ought to knock out this light cruiser. But it means I won't get an opportunity to really... Well, maybe. I think these may be targeting the Muraviv. This light cruiser's running a little late to its appointment with the torpedoes because it's so low fuel. BB's status. Ah, the Gudrun's taking a bit too much damage for my taste. It's really unfortunate because she's one of my hardest hitters. Or in fact, she is the hardest hitter. And I may need her to take out all the heavies. The thing is, her guns are still accurate. It's just that she's lost 2 engines. And the conning tower. Oh, really? Division 3, Jofor. This is your target, the Muraviv. Just you, though. Go. Good. Off. Hakon. Hakon the good. Let's see how good you are then. You're gonna get to torpedo the, I think, mostly stationary Admiral Spiridov. Heimdall. I want you to torpedo the Dnepr. These things are getting awful close. Idrazil, what the fuck are you doing? Unclear. Unclear. A nice arc of torpedoes heading that direction. Damn it, these things are messing up my plans here. Off. This thing is not a priority right now. Well, she's gone. Primaries on this, secondaries on this incoming destroyer. Start heading away. Wish we could increase speed, but we're a little preoccupied keeping the rest of the fleet intact. Okay, you're probably gonna survive. But not that second spread. This spread ought to hit the Dnepr. Murski took a bit of damage. Arguably not as much as I'd like. Torpedoes are away. Gotta be a bit careful with the DDs, because I still kind of need them in order to take out their bigger ships. Incoming torpedoes originating from the destroyer here. Target that, but get out of the way. What did you fire at? Against the DD. Oh, that makes this massively unpredictable. You don't have torpedoes ready. You don't have torpedoes ready. You do. Okay, Gjallarhorn. Your target is the heavy cruiser. It's only 2.7 clicks out, so we should have a pretty straight run to it. Torpedoes are away. Torpedoes here. Really? That's pretty lame. Who's leading this party? The Garskogul. Okay. Off. Oh dear. Did you get Torp 3? You got Anti-Torp 2. Okay, make do. It's another DD out of commission. Theirs, that is. The Brovolets and the Albatross can still torpedo you. Please take it serious. Torpedoes here may very well get dodged here. Launch from the heavy cruiser. I'm not sure what the Jofor is doing. At this point I'm too afraid to ask. She's going all over the place. We got one hit on the heavy cruiser there. If you have shots, take it against the Dobrovolets. You're gonna go back into the division. Flooding. Come on, kill it quick. We cannot have this thing survive. Too damn dangerous. What have their 8-inch guns done so far? 11k. Okay, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Mostly against the DDs, I imagine. This formation is such a mess. Okay, this heavy cruiser is suffering. Firing high explosive at it. Ooh, come on now. 8% buoyancy. 3. Sunk. Good. Good. Albatross is their last DD here, and the next one's over there. This thing is not that likely to pose a threat to my battleships unless I get close to it. So that means destroyers are at risk from it. Pen. Okay, select auto for secondaries. Primaries are really not cutting through that. We still have attacks from the light cruisers here. As well as their heavy cruisers at this point. Hold on a second. You, and you. Get out. Div 12. Avoid torpedoes, please. Loose formation is fine. Just start heading away from the threats. Kill the Albatross if you got the opportunity to do so. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Albatross launched against what I think is the Heimdall, which was already heading to port, so the chances that she'll dodge are very good. Albatross surrendered. No torpedoes ready, no torpedoes ready, no torpedoes ready. No torpedoes ready. All destroyers are reloading. Get back in line. Now, battleships, take out this damn heavy cruiser, because it's taking you way too much time to get that done. Way too much time. How's that other division doing? Reasonably well, but for some reason they're running into each other. Idiots. You're really not getting through to that heavy cruiser that much. What the fuck is your deal? I said follow the damn division. Not suicide into the enemy formation. Jesus Christ. Okay, I want all of you out. Retreat. Make it a loose formation, just every man for himself now. Can we run down the clock? No. It's 2 hours. It's too long. Switch fire. Our chance to pen that should be reasonably good. Because these things may have a decent main belt, but their fore and after aren't that good. It's this stuff that I don't even have to worry about. 0.8 inches of armor on the fore and the aft. It's not great. Astrid, I want you to target specifically this ship here. Sviatoslav, unless it gets close, isn't going to be that much of a problem. Still got one DD hiding somewhere. There you go, flooding. What about that second division? Because the second division is fairly healthy. With the exception of the Yggdrasil. And they are all ready. Alfheim hasn't even sent a single torpedo yet. Interesting. Okay, target that. Use armor piercing, because I think HE just won't cut it. But AP, through their bows, may do something. This heavy cruiser's taking a bit of damage, but not nearly as much as I'd like. This is when I need that new heavy cruiser. Buoyancy dropping fast. Gustav, come back. Buoyancy dropping to 36%. 33. 32. .32 holding. What if Ivamurski does have torpedo range and is using it? It's an upgraded light cruiser. It's a 5.2 inch gunboat, not a 4-incher. Look at that, we're just really not cutting through that. Everything is ricocheting off the ship. There's the last DD. Scotty. How are they doing for main gun ammo? Oh, they're fine. Oh, the battleship's low fuel. This thing is just about to run through its last high explosive shell. Bad news for me, because that means they're going to start firing, well, not live ammo, but ammo which can potentially do a heck of a lot more damage. So far, they've done 43k without taking a scratch. So that's not good. How's your crew? 8% loss, 1.4, 0, 0.3. We're fine. Okay, can we finally put the Sviatoslav out of commission? Why are they making this weird turn? It's not what I ordered. Okay, please kill this thing. Oh, its torpedoes are gone. Great. That was a 16.4 for the battlecruiser. This thing is starting to get on my nerves. I'm gonna start prioritizing that ship. Flooding. This thing is holding at 6% buoyancy. Skin of its teeth. We will get this done. It's just gonna take me a minute. Probably more like 20 minutes or so. And the repair cost is gonna be significant. Then again, if I don't do this, the Soviets have a very good chance to take southern Finland off of me. And I cannot accept that. Are you still causing damage? Yes, you are. Well done. Our Archery doesn't seem to be suffering that bad either. How are you not dead yet? In fact, their buoyancy is going back up, not down. How are we for AP shells? 168, 137, 352, and 129. Okay, how badly armored is that thing? 2.9-inch forebelts, so they can take a beating. It's like the game isn't registering all of these shells, though. Because I'm seeing a lot of shell fire going towards the target, then it just either splashes right in front of it, or when it does hit, it just doesn't seem to get registered. Focus your efforts on this target here. I want it out of my sight. Throw high explosive in its face and watch the world burn. And that's main gun high explosive, that is. Come on. Unfortunately, their whole bow is flooded. 36.5% crew loss. Gotta make sure that my DD division doesn't needlessly run away. Let's put you on orbit. %37% crew loss. Can we even hit that battleship? Barely. Guns are firing at maximum range. At some point soon, I'm gonna need a bigger battleship. Something that may be able to reach out and get the enemy. Because their guns are starting to get seriously decent range, so that my smaller stuff can't get into range safely. And I think my torpedoes are already pretty good for the time being. Which means there isn't that much more for me to get in that department. It's not like I can up the range indefinitely. You won't get 50-kilometer torpedoes. Gone. Next, Sviatoslav. I'm gonna start taking these things down with focused fire. These heavies are, I think, fairly healthy in the back. There's even a light cruiser which is badly wounded. Yep, that's adding up. Buoyancy dropping. Come on. We haven't taken as much damage as your light cruiser friends yet, but we can make a change to that. There you go. Flooding again. 16%. Torpedo destroyed. Is this expensive? 61 million. It's not bad. Gone. Next. Admiral Nakimov. Focus your efforts. Take it out. DDs. Status. Orbiting as ordered. Very good. Can we target this thing with secondaries yet? No, too far. Gotta be very careful with these things, that they don't accidentally slip one of these better heavy cruisers in, if they even have them. Because that could really rain on my battleships. They're just not cutting through. Everything's ricocheting. Look at that. There you go. Once you do get through, it's suddenly 4,000 damage, which I think makes it more valuable than waiting to cut through with high explosive. Just pecking away at it slowly. This is another, what, 61 million? Yep, 61.9, same as the others. AP shells, 138. Hundreds. 100 and change. Okay, keep at it. Gustav. Secondaries on that. You should have range, especially with AP. Jesus, that was a hit. Against the battlecruiser. Unfortunately, that bastard's hiding all the way in the back, so it's very difficult for me to just engage it. Wait, you do— whoa! Gustav Vasa's flooding bad. What the fuck? Main belt pen. You flooded to 80%? With one hit? Wow. That ain't good. That ain't good. Now, if I can remove this ship here and this ship here, I can have a go at their battleship. But their battleship's not their damage dealer, it's the battlecruiser. Yes, the battleship has done a lot. But I think those big damage numbers that you're seeing... yeah, see, they're just doing damage against DDs with 7.3s. They detonate my torpedo launchers, causing all sorts of serious damage there. Okay, we're cutting through here. Good. Division. Alter orbit. Rejoin the formation again. Knock him off down to 10%. The destroyer's not having a great time either. Wounded Gustav Vasa is kind of limping off at 3 knots. So the only way that we're gonna get her to safety is by winning this fight. Okay, you're out. Target the Rurik. Keep secondary pressure up on the Scotty. My plan here is to once again use the mechanic where you have actually a decent chance of doing damage against anything that happens to be in the way. That battlecruiser is starting to get a little more isolated. And for some reason these heavy cruisers are making a death charge into my battleships. Which is not necessarily a bad idea. Because they may very well get away with it. If enough of those ships do it, I'm going to be in trouble. Because I can't take them out fast enough. Battlecruiser's running around again. Shit. I don't need you to do that. Some of these ships have launched some torps, so I really gotta be careful with them. Because I need these torpedoes to take out that battlecruiser. Ooh, they're right on the edge of the torpedo range. This is the time to kill it. Load armor piercing and shoot it right into their broadside. No joy. At least they seem to be pissing off for the moment. Daneberg. Target the ship in the back. You got a good line between it. Shit! Torpedo in the water. Origin? What the hell? That ain't good. Gudrun just took another torpedo. Now I'm gonna pull her off the line. Did you just take 2? Yeah, but one was a dud. Astrid. Join Daneberg. Ooh, I'm not losing this ship today. I will not have it. Destroyer group. That battlecruiser's looking mighty juicy. Smoke up. So is that battleship. Where are you guys? Here. Mimir, Grim. Detach. You're now a new division. We're gonna make an attack against that battleship. I will try to shield my wounded sisters here, but it's difficult. Especially as they keep closing in. Gustav, if you can still fight, fight that. Daneberg, Astrid, turn to starboard. This bastard of a heavy cruiser is going to get in the way, isn't he? I wouldn't be surprised if he is. It's just going to really ruin my plans. I want you guys to... I want them to torpedo the battlecruiser, but the problem is the battlecruiser is behaving so erratically that I have no idea where it's going to go next. Mimir, launch. Rim, hold. If I launch this, I may get a hit, I may get absolutely nothing. Because they're still turning. At least they are now attracting the fire from the battlecruiser, which means the battlecruiser is not firing at my warships, my battleships, that is. Torpedoes away. Grim, Mimir, disengage. Leave. Head off into 2 different directions. You took a hit, no? No, you didn't. Damn it. We may accidentally get a hit on this battle... No, this heavy cruiser here. No, of course we won't. Damn it. Okay. You. Leave. Hits on the battleship. 2, 3. Good work. Good work. That's what I want to see. What's the status on my battleships? Not great. Gudrun is badly flooded. I'm trying to lay down covering fire, but the enemy's making it rather difficult. Also, I am running out of shells. Okay, you guys. That battleship seems like it's in dire trouble. The battlecruiser does not. We're gonna focus our efforts on sinking down, or sinking that battleship. That's the goal. Sink the battleship. Because that is valuable. Unfortunately, our angle is not great, but you're coming under so much pressure that I don't know if you'll survive long enough. Daneberg. Astrid. Come on, guys. I need more damage. Because Gudrun is having a really tough time with it. Flooding on the DD. Elfheim at least got her torpedoes off. The angle is shit. Yeah, we're just gonna make a suicide run against the Novgorod. If it works, great. If it doesn't, at least I managed to potentially scare it away. We may get 1 torpedo hit, ideally towards the bow. Elfheim surrenders. You're launching torpedoes at me? That's a thing? Oh, okay, well I can do that too. Oh, come on. Activate. Torpedoes are away. Flash fire on the battleship. The Senyavin is cooking off. She's gone. That ship's not going to survive. The battlecruiser rushes away from the torpedoes. And dodges 1. No, it's a dud! Oh, why you gotta be like that? Yep, at least our battleship's out of commission. My challenge is, I don't know if I have enough shells to take all of these guys down. Let alone their battlecruiser. Because I got no combat-capable DDs left. Well, I say that. This division, I'm not even sure which one you are. You. And you. That's division number 12. Okay, we got another heavy cruiser eliminated. I want you to come back. I was hoping I didn't need you, but I do. Who just got torpedoed? The Gudrun? No. I just saw a torpedo impact on something. With a DD. Oh, a torpedo went long against the Senyavin. Okay, well that's fine. Come on, gentlemen. Take this thing out. There you go. The Constantine's coming in. That's a very high priority right now. Because that is still carrying 4 torpedoes. If that thing shoots, it will kill the already mortally wounded Gustav. So we gotta focus everything on this thing. Okay, she's gone. They ran out of torpedoes. Which is typically bad news. Oh, they're gonna hit the stern, and the stern's the only part that's not flooded. Bonk, bonk. Yep, she's out. She's not gonna survive that level of flooding. Fuck! This really is a decisive fight. She's out. Name giver of the Gustav Vasa class is out. Division 1, you got 23 shells, you got 43. And everything else is secondary armament. That's not great. Start heading away. That damn battlecruiser has basically gone with 90,000 damage without taking a hit. I don't like that. This is something I need an answer to. A fast opponent zipping around the battlefield, especially behaving unpredictably, so much so that torpedo attacks were improbable, if not flat out impossible. And I can't very well close the distance with it, because that bastard is very capable of keeping the destroyers at bay and at point blank range shoot me with a torpedo. So on both accounts I'm pretty screwed. We're gonna target this, but put the secondaries on that. Gudrun's probably too badly listing to fight. Yeah, she's not even making an effort anymore. Poor girl. Come on, at least sink the DD. Not sure if she ran out of torpedoes or if she lost those a while ago. Oh, here comes the battlecruiser now. Fantastic timing, because I am just running out of main caliber shells. So that makes me a really sizable destroyer at this point. The thing is, your armor is shit. Target the battlecruiser with everything we got left. Because now the DD's gone. They got 3 heavy cruisers and 1 pretty nasty piece of battlecruiser. If I could ram this thing, I probably would. The problem with the ramming plan is I cannot get there fast enough. These ships are battle bricks. They're not designed to rush the enemy. Your torpedo launchers are port and starboard. Your bow armor is taking some serious dents. Maybe we can exploit that. Oh joy. Oh god. You're gonna torpedo me, aren't you? Turn. Yeah, you're just a glorified destroyer right now. With a lot of armor. A lot of damage to your name. But it may not be enough. Missed. Come on. Punch it. There's the torpedo. At least we got some flooding in. I won't be able to dodge that, not even if I increase speed. It's just going to take it right on the bulge. Bonk. It's a dud! Very good. It's a dud. I'm not sure exactly why they're risking this battlecruiser as they are. Gudrun's fighting again. That's impressive. You managed to get your turrets working. Or at least enough that we can still shoot the enemy. Use whatever shells you got left. You got hundreds of shells. We just got no real good angle to fire them from. The battlecruiser has taken some hits. A little bit of flooding. I got my last 4 shells here. Oh, you got some secondary guns destroyed. You got the rudder damaged. If they cannot repair that, that'll make them more susceptible to torpedo attacks. But now, with 4-inch guns, I don't know, fire armor piercing? Perhaps we will get through? We can tickle their crew a bit, I guess. If you can take down 2 more... Oh, shite, there's also a half-dead light cruiser. Oh, boy, I still need to take that out as well. Okay. Reloading their torpedo launcher. I'm very scared that this thing's gonna torpedo whatever is left of the Gudrun with their port side. Yep. They're surely planning that. Well, we're getting some damage in on it, but it's not fast. Oh god, that just cut the asteroid in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 compartments flooding. Soviets are giving me a good run for my money today. If you still got secondaries or something that resembles it, use it against the battlecruiser. In fact, use it with whatever the hell we got left against the battlecruiser. If your rudder works, turn to port. Here it comes. Where are those DDs at? The ones that I told to come back. Here's Hack on the Great. Or the Good. Whether he's great remains to be seen. Oh no. This is expensive. Oh, it's way too expensive. I don't have a good angle to fire. Oh, they're fucked up now. They just turned when they really shouldn't have. Can we turn our port turret right? Just point it straight at the enemy battlecruiser? What are you doing? Are you gonna try and make a straight attack at it or something? What is this? The only battleship which has taken seemingly no damage is the Daneberg. She's dished out as best as she could. She's now trying to, well, tickle away the heavy cruiser. Which will take a while. No firing angle. Interestingly, they're pretty badly flooded. I wonder if that's going to impact their ability to launch a torpedo. Come on, your port turrets aren't dead. Turn them around. Holy shit. Okay, that was the good one. At this rate, I'm gonna have to replace most of my big battle fleet over here. I mean, the invasion fleet is toast. Many destroyers are dead. A bunch of heavy cruisers would have definitely been helpful. Because they may have been able to put up more pressure against the enemy, but, well, I didn't quite have that doctrine. Torpedo this thing. You're gonna just bypass it. Just ignore it. Now, please. I know the angle is awful. It's the only shot you get. Shoot. Shoot! What, you're also too badly flooded? There we go. Torpedoes are away. Good. Bypass that threat. We've still got 2 mostly dead heavy cruisers, which are also running out of ammo. Come on. You don't need a whole lot more. If I can... Oh, God. If I can get some hits on your stern, you ought to be dead. This could do it. Yeah, that ought to do it. If you're going to kill the asteroid as well, I'm going to be mightily disappointed in you. You've got to be kidding. 2%? 1%? No. Oh! Asteroid just took a torpedo. Point. No, there she goes. Gallarhorn, you're the only hope I've got. You got a whole 1 torpedo to do it with. Asteroid's about to flood. Oh, there's more. That battle cruiser's running me into the ground again. This thing has been responsible doing 143,000 damage. It's a quarter of the whole fleet. And she still has 400 shells? What the fuck? Asteroid's not going to survive this. We're going to have to design a whole new class of battleships when this battle is over. And building them up. I mean, I don't have to worry about repair bills anymore, that's for sure. But I now have to worry about how the hell I'm going to repair the whole fleet. Or rather, replace the whole fleet, I should say. Yeah, just take that torpedo right on the midsection, would you? Would you? Yes, stern hit. I'll take it. Prepare for ramming speed, Daneberg. She's down to 30%. You still have main AP shells, sir? You do. Oh, and so do you. 400 of them. Which supposedly cannot pen me. She's down to 20% buoyancy. If we don't have enough punch in the 4-inch shells to go through her, I will physically go through her with the whole damn ship. I'm gonna ram her amidships in order to cause more flooding damage. And yes, I very much am aware of the fact that this ship still carries a torpedo launcher. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Correct, starboard. Fuck them up. There's flooding. 2 sections. Come on. You know what you gotta do. Sink, you bastard. Come around. Prepare to ram him again. They're down to 12%. 11. Sink the Novgorod. 8%. 6, 5, 4, 3. Holding on 3. 2. Gotta be kidding. 1. They're getting back up. No! They went down to less than 1%, and then they came right back up. 3%, 4%. If you don't succeed at first, ram them again. Bend over. Here it comes again. Head straight. Steady as she goes. Drive over them. %. You're supposed to take more flooding from that, not less. There she goes. Fuck you, you little battle cruiser. That was personal. Damn. That felt good. Daneberg's gonna get a distinction for that. Okay, so basically this is the only combat-capable ship I still have. Perhaps I could have called the light cruisers back, but I forgot about those. And I kind of considered those to be lost anyway, because they were probably not going to survive. So now we're going to whittle down against these heavies. Maybe taking their crew out, while I make my way over to the light cruiser. Because that, at least, is susceptible to some small arms fire. And I think we may run down the clock on this very, very long video at this point. Target speeded of. Pew, 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 pew. Come on. Come on. You still have torpedoes. I'm not getting close to you. Destroy torpedoes. That's better. More. Flash fire. Times 3, 4, 5, 6. Torpedoes destroyed. 7 flash fires. Damn thing's unrelenting. And it doesn't seem to be caring much either. There she goes. Off you go. Alright. Who would like to go next? Select auto. What a fight. I know you guys like it when I'm having trouble fighting or struggling with an enemy. Here it is. This is what that looks like. These guys really made me work for it. We're just exchanging 4-inch gunfire. Isn't that sad? At least I got about 5,000 AP rounds left. But I'm not sure if that's gonna be sufficient. 30 minutes left. Oh, block, 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 blocked. Destroyed secondary gun. Block, 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 blocked. Their crew is suffering. They're up to 21-6 now. Maybe I can force a surrender. I'm skirting the edge of their torpedo range. It goes for both. Geez, you still got a lot of torpedoes, don't you? At least your range is 2.5. Yeah, you're an 11-inch gun cruiser. You've also contributed quite a lot to this fight. Oh, and your 4.5 belt are 2.5 inch? Jeez. I'm not so sure I can really do damage to that. Switch fire. Maybe we can still flood out the, yeah, I know. The Severny. Really edge of their range. Oh, we're just not getting the damage in. But they're definitely getting the damage in on me. I think we're not going to have any further success against these opponents. And I am not foolish enough to ram these guys. Whoa! That's what you get when you run it at 10 times speed. At least that was the last torpedo from the Archangel. Fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother. Leave. So that at least I'll have one mostly operational battleship still in this theater. Oh, I cannot wait until the new 9-inch super gun cruisers are gonna come out, because I will need a lot of those in order to stop all of these guys. 27 9-inch guns. We're gonna need them. So, based on the amount of ships that I lost, that is the loss of 3 capital ships, a bunch of destroyers. I think the Russians may have come off worse, but not by that much. Yeah, 116,000 victory points versus 68k. Astrid, down. Gustav Vasa, down. Gudrun. That's one of the Scandinavian curse. One of the 2 Scandinavian curse ships that I have. Gone. Then, Fenrir, Sten Sture, Skule, Mimir, Yggdrasil, Elfheim, Vili, Thorstein, and Garskurgul. All destroyed. Lost 12 ships there. Ah, Lord Kitchener wants you. Well, I want a new fleet. Because at the moment, I don't have one. No, I still have enough displacement. I still have enough displacement to take it. The problem is now battle, I think, in the next turn. But that's just one DD that they got there. Just one. Versus my battleship, my 4 lights, and 4 DDs. Oh, hold on. This is what it looks like now. This is not the upgraded projection. This one we're holding. This one we're kind of holding. Okay. Next episode, we have to either repair the fleet or come up with something new and big and bad, battleship-wise, that's going to be able to sustain those hits from that battlecruiser, or knock it out as fast as we can so that it doesn't do damage. Join me the next time after this 90-minute long episode. Thank you for watching. See you soon for more.